Now, owning a Labrador Retriever can be one of life's true joys, but if your Labrador Retriever is pulling and being reactive every single time that you try and take them out for a walk, it can turn the joy of your day into a sheer chore of your day and turn owning a Labrador into a borderline miserable experience. But that does not need to be the case. Having Labradors that walk beautifully on lead is absolutely achievable for every single one of you watching. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how you can go about doing that. Right, now it is no secret that I am the king of waffle when it comes to talking about dogs, and get me started on the topics of Labradors and training Labradors and I'll waffle on for hours. It's something that I'm so passionate about, but I want to challenge myself right now. Stopping Labradors from pulling on leads and changing them to walk beautifully on a loose lead is something that I'm particularly proud of my ability to be able to achieve, and I've done it online countless amounts of time, and it follows the same 3-step process. So I'm going to ask my editor right now to throw up a 2-minute timer on this video, and let's see if I can condense all of that down into a quick fire 2-minute video. So let's jump straight into it. We ready, Uncle Sully? Ready, Riley? Let's go. Stop your Labrador from pulling on a lead. Step number 1, we have to correct the undesirable behavior. We have to help them understand that pulling on a lead, being reactive towards any other environmental stimuli, is not acceptable anymore. And we challenge that behavior because we love them, because we want them to have a great life. And if they're pulling on a lead, being terribly behaved, then they're not having a great life, because it means that we don't want to take them places. And Labradors are bred to explore and go with you and adventure. So we correct the undesirable behavior. The single best way of doing that is following one of my tune-up drill protocols, using the right tool for the job. Beautiful thing about Labradors is that the vast majority of time they're very in tune to nothing more than a slip lead, so we don't need to go to crazy high levels of tool usage. Choose the right slip lead. I recommend our Fenrir slip lead. Implement my tune-up drill, which I have done countless amounts of time over on my training channel, so you can follow along with it right over there, and you will be able to communicate to your dogs that that's unacceptable. Now that takes us to step number 2. We now need to redirect them to the desirable behavior. Anytime we correct a dog for doing something wrong, I believe that we have a duty of care, a responsibility as their loving leaders to communicate, we don't want you to do this, but I'm going to be fair and communicate to you, I want you to do this thing instead. So for your Labrador, it can look as something as simple as this. I'm going to be using a toy, you could use a treat. We lure them into the right position, cue it with heel, heel, yes, and when he's in the position I want, I mark and I reward, and I'm rewarding him with a scruff behind the neck. We then build that up really slowly. Heel, yes, heel, yes, heel, yes. And then I reward him when he does it. Really basic principle. We call it luring, cueing, marking, rewarding. Again, got tons of videos teaching you the details of how you do that. But then when I correct him for making bad decisions, now I have the ability to redirect him to the right decision, and I use obedience to redirect him into a heel command. Doesn't have to be competition obedience. I don't train competition obedience. I don't train competition heel. All I need my dogs to know is that you're on my left-hand side, looking up to me for guidance and direction on a loose lead. That for me is heel, and that achieves everything that I need it to achieve for pet dogs and companion dogs. Then when they're doing that behavior, we go to step 3, where we reinforce that desirable behavior. So when they make good decisions, we reward and we reinforce. That means that when we have the bad behavior of the dog pulling on the lead or being reactive, we correct it. That means that that behavior comes down and disappears. We redirect and we reinforce the desirable behavior, which at the minute might be 0%, but going through this process, we get that to go up to 100% of the time, which then allows us to reward and reinforce that behavior. So over time, bad behavior pulling and reactivity, good behavior walking nicely on lead, goes from 0 to 100%, slowly swaps over. Now we don't have the bad behavior anymore, so we don't need to correct the dog anymore. We're left with the good behavior all the time, which allows us to reward and reinforce the good behavior. Correct, redirect, reinforce. Get out there, try it with your Labrador. Got no idea if I was under 2 minutes or over 2 minutes, but I hope that was helpful. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see you on the next video.